Are writing in notebooks outdated? Is this only something your grandma should be doing? If you clicked on this video, then you're probably like me. You take a ton of notes, whether it's for school, work, or you just like to journal. You also have a stack of old notebooks that you probably never reference. You waste a bunch of paper, or maybe you have terrible handwriting that even you can't even read yourself. And you're probably wondering if digital notes is the solution to all your problems. Well, you are right. Taking digital notes is an absolute game changer, and I am never going back to writing on paper. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I use my iPad for digital note taking using the app Goodnotes, and why it is so much better than using a notebook. For this comparison, I'll break it down into 3 categories: 1, organization; 2, functionality; and 3, accessibility. Now there's a ton of note-taking apps out there such as Goodnotes, Notability, Evernote, and of course Apple Notes in their new app Freeform. All of these are capable of being your main note-taking app. However, each just have their own features that may draw you to one over the other. If you guys want a comparison or review of any of those apps, then let me know in the comments below. Goodnotes is just the one I ended up going with due to its price and its functions that filled my specific needs, and you will see a lot of those take place in this video. Starting off with organization. If you can't organize your notes, then you end up not knowing how to find them later when you need it most. When using written notes, you have to use things like sticky notes, sticky tabs, bookmarks, a table of contents, and you either have a file cabinet or just multiple notebooks. This could take up a lot of space, and if you have multiple notebooks that contain similar content, it'll be very hard to remember which has which note when you are trying to reference it. But digital note taking makes this very easy to do. Goodnotes homepage has 4 tabs: documents, search, shared, and favorites. Starting with documents, you are able to create folders in my favorite, notebooks. You can also upload a photo to write over, scan paper documents, take a live photo, import notes from another place, or create a quick note that you could add to a folder or notebook later. What is awesome is that you could title everything and sort by date, last updated, name, or even the type of document. And if you are someone like me that forgets where I wrote something, then the search tab is a gift from God. You can look up the word and it will search across all the documents to find where you have used that word. This is something you can never do with paper note taking, and this alone is enough to switch to digital notes. The last 2 tabs here are shared, where you can just collaborate notes on anything just like a Word doc can, maybe as a student on a group project. And you guys could share all your notes in just one place so everyone can see it. And then the last tab is favorites. This is where you can reference your most used documents or anything you mark as a favorite. Now this is just the organization from the document side. It gets even more granular when you go into a specific document or notebook. For instance, in a notebook, you can click the 4 squares on the top left and you can see all of your pages in a thumbnail format, where you can select a page to jump to, or you can hold and select to move the order of that page. You can also hit the select button to either rotate the page, export it, move multiple pages at once, or delete a page or pages. Then just like documents, you could have favorites within your notebook. And then my favorite is outlines, where you could create chapters for your notebook. And in this example, you can see I did that by months. You could also search within a specific notebook to find a specific dialogue you want to reference. It uses AI to read your handwriting or text. You still need to write decently well, but it does a really good job of finding this, even with very poor handwriting. The organization using digital notes is not only more intuitive than paperback, but it is also so easy to be organized in comparison. If you're already finding value in this video, guys, please go ahead, subscribe, comment below so this video gets pushed out to more paperback note takers so they can understand the greatness of digital note taking. Next up is functionality. We all know how to write notes on paper. You take a pen and a pencil, a piece of paper, and then you just go. And with those tools, you can manually create outlines for organization. You can create page numbers and a table of contents for references. And you could draw pictures and diagrams to visually represent a point. There's so much more you could do, but at the speed to make multiple outlines, to number each page and create a table of contents, to draw a picture or a diagram using colors would take you ages to do and scale for future use. Not only that, but you will most likely need an eraser or whiteout for any errors you make, a highlighter to highlight specific points, markers or colored pencils to add color, and just so much more tools. But in terms of functionality, digital note taking can do everything a paperback can do. It is like having a pencil that could shapeshift into any writing tool you need. In Goodnotes, you have the pen function where you can change the color of your choice and the size of the pen thickness. You can save up to 3 different sizes for easy access. You can even change the pen style to either a fountain pen, ball pen, or brush pen. Find your preferred sharpness and sensitivity as well. You also have a magnify option that allows you to zoom in to make precise changes. This is nice if you have small handwriting or if you have a drawing you just want to zoom in on to make a change. Then with the tap of the eraser icon or the double tap of the Apple Pencil, you could switch to the eraser and start erasing. You have 3 erasing sizes, and then clicking on the eraser button also allows you to switch through the precision, standard, or stroke eraser. And even the option to just delete the highlighter marks only. Which leads me into the highlighter where you could again choose whatever colors you want and always have 3 saved highlighter sizes as well. You can also make it always do a straight line if you don't have surgery, steady hands, but still want that precision. You have the ability to make shapes that automatically connect and correct, and have the option to fill in those shapes as well. This is great for creating diagrams. You also have the lasso tool that allows you to crop out either your handwriting, images, text, or comments and move them around, or copy, delete, or convert to text. When you convert to text, you do have to copy and then paste it. Other apps do have way better ways of doing this, but again, every app has their own pros and cons. You could also post stickers and get really creative with your note taking. I don't use this feature since I'm not really interested in making my notes look pretty, but I've seen some pretty crazy notes using stickers and features in this app. People seriously have some OCD when it comes to note taking. That's just not me. But what is cool, you can also import photos and write notes about the photo. This is super useful if you're trying to write notes for a blog or just taking notes on a blueprint. And of course, you could still type out your notes using the text box. You could change your font size, color, and text box style. And what I think is pretty cool is you could even have a laser pointer. Why this is useful is because if you are a teacher or you're given a presentation, you can hit the export button and choose your presentation mode. So when you mirror your iPad to the screen, you can present your notes using the laser. Now to round off the functionality of this app, on the top right, you have a redo and undo button, which is very useful when correcting mistakes. You have a page button that allows you to create a new page and choose where to put it. And you can also use the templates that the app has provided, or you can get it from other users on the app. They have a community-based section where you can do this. You can also import your own templates you have created like I have here, just to make sure the page structure has exactly what I need, nothing more and nothing less. To move about pages, you simply swipe left and right, and if it is the last page, it will create a new page automatically using the most recent template. You can switch between editing and viewing mode. And lastly, these 3 dots open up some more functions, and if you scroll all the way down, you can even create study flashcards if you use the flashcard template. This is huge for students studying for a big test. I wish I had this iPad in college. I'm sure I would have done much better because it's a lot easier to do. And the last category is accessibility. Having a paperback notebook is great. You can easily place it in your backpack, carry it around, and take it almost anywhere. You don't need to make sure it is charged, so you can always have something to write on. However, digital note-taking on the iPad allows you to view and write notes on multiple products. I visit my notes on my iPhone, my iPad, and on my Mac Studio. This allows accessibility and portability of having your notes always in your pocket. And nowadays, the battery life on these devices are so good that it's hard to burn the battery strictly from just note-taking. Not only that, but again, you don't have to carry all these tools needed to perform the functions of digital note-taking. No need to carry multiple colored pens, pencils, highlighters, rulers, erasers, note card, bookmarks, sticky notes, and whatever else you need. All that is in one single app, and you have the ability to switch through those tools with the tap of a button. As you guys can see, digital note-taking is far superior to paper note-taking. It is like the Terminator fighting your 6-year-old niece. Your niece may have a strong right hook, but the Terminator also has a strong right hook, a flamethrower, and has super strength, and can shapeshift into anything you want. Yes, sometimes writing in a paperback is nice to have because you don't have those other distractions and apps that are on an iPad, for instance. But if you are trying to take your note-taking efficiency, productivity, and organization to the next level, then digital note-taking is definitely the way to go. And that's it, guys. I hope this video convinced you to try digital note-taking, as it has been super valuable to my life. And if you thought this video was valuable, please hit the subscribe button below and follow for more videos like this, and I'll see y'all in the next one.